I'm looking at Clark Hatch as they are warming up, and they tied for first place in the regular season. But I'm looking for Isaac Fleming, the University of Hawaii recruit who's played well in the summer league. I don't see him yet on the court, but I do see Kaunoa McGee. I see your ex-player Scott Cato, and I see Phil Martin, who's always a good player here.
Yeah, I think so.
And your favorite all-star, Leon Ballard.
Leon Ballard. I love Leon. This year he's played his best, and he's really done good.
We are back. 2014 NCAA Summer League here, Manoa Rec. Gary Dickman, Tony Solito, national champion coach, and one of his former players is going to join us in just a second. Alvin Stevenson, coach of Clark Hatch Fitness, and we'll get Alvin in here. In fact, Tony, since he's your former player, I'll let you either ask him a question. Oh.
Okay. Well, Al, let me ask you a question. How much fun do you find coaching these guys during the summer?
I find it a lot of fun. It's strange because a lot of these guys are my old teammates. So hearing them calling me coach is a little weird for me, but it's a lot of fun. They know how to play the game, so it makes it a lot easier for me to coach.
Well, that's great, Al, and congratulations and good luck in that next game.
Thank you, Coach.
See you later.
Okay.
Tony keeps it short and sweet. I like that. The players like that. And I think we're going to get Artie Wilson in here in just a second as well for another quick interview. As these players want to play, the fans are ready for this. Got a nice crowd out here. If you're watching this on Olelo TV, we thank you. If you're in the area and want to come down, still plenty of room. Of course, free admission. They have concessions here. Championship game here next Saturday night at 7 p.m. Same venue. We'll look forward to that. We know Grand Coast Pacific will be playing in the championship. Who their opponent will be determined over the next 40 minutes of play. So we're going to look forward to another game. As we mentioned, Solar Universe is playing their second game of the day. They won earlier today, won a game, and now playing in their second game. We saw Grand Co go 2-0. We'll see if Solar Universe can do the same. And we're going to see if we can get Artie over here as he is meeting with the other coaches and the refs, and we'll see if we can get ready for tip-off in just a few minutes. I'm looking forward to another good game. As you mentioned a few minutes ago, Tony, Grand Co Pacific, a good win. In this game, Clark Hatch Fitness, who tied for first place with Chosen Few, they've got some really good players. Scott Cato and Kaunoa McGee, who've been on this team for several years. They have been mainstays, and they're two of one of the best tandems we've had in the Summer League.
Well, Leon Ballard and Johnny Avila, they always seem to have the same guys on the team, so they get along really well. You know, they really perform really well. Johnny's led the league in three-point shooting, so he shot 41, and the next closest guy, I think, made 18. So he's really done a good job this summer.
One of the players they are missing is University of Hawaii incoming freshman Isaac Fleming. I guess a lot of the Hawaii players who work here, no summer school, they have no place to stay. They go back home to the mainland, which is a little bizarre. But Isaac Fleming has been started as of late for Clark Hatch Fitness. He's done a good job. He didn't start off playing a lot, getting chemistry and in sync with some of the mainstays, but he's really fit in well as of late. And now Isaac Fleming is missing for Clark Hatch Fitness. For Solar Universe, they've got Derek Lowe. He is their MVP. They've got some other great players. Kai Wong, I think, is a really good player out of UH Hilo. Another one of your former players in Kavika Smith. And a former high school great, Kona McCall, has done a good job. I like him. And he's up out of AOP. He is starting again. The starters for Clark Hatch Fitness, Leon Ballard out of Chaminade, Kaunoa McGee, who played at Assumption College on the D2 level, Scott Cato at HBU with Tony Solito, John Avila for HBU with Tony Solito, and also Matthew Ching, who played at Orange Coast College. We are getting ready for the jump ball. Artie Wilson did one interview with us. He's taking a seat on this one. Although he is standing up. Jump ball is up. Kavika Smith controls for Solar Universe. Avila covering Derek Lowe, not open to get the ball, so Kavika will bring it up past midcourt. Now gives it over to Derek Lowe. Avila covering him. Looking for Wong down low in the corner. Forced out by Chang. Got the ball. Gives it over to McCullough. His shot is off. Kavika Smith with great hustle there. And the ball is out of bounds. He tried to save it, but it'll go over to Clark Hatch Fitness. Kavika Smith was really one of my favorite players to watch playing under you. He has talent, but he hustles and plays 100% all the time.
Well, you know, he was easily one of my favorites because he just hustled. You know, you didn't have to tell him. You didn't have to say work hard. He just played hard. And I thought he did a good job and was successful, and I was really proud of him because I think skill-wise, you know, he had to do a lot of things to overcome that. But he did go play pro ball in Puerto Rico, so, you know,
Yeah, I really like watching him play. Neither team scores on their first possession. Kona Makala has the ball for Seoul Universe. Finds Kai Wang, who thinks he's fouled. Referee doesn't bite on that. Down Derek Lowe, posting down low on the left baseline, throws up a turnaround jumper. It is a little short, goes out of bounds. And Clark Hatch Fitness will inbound the ball. John Avila for Clark Hatch Fitness. Getting ready to inbound to Matthew Ching. He's been playing in the Summer League a number of years. Basically, everybody in Clark Hatch Fitness has been in this league for a good 5-6 years, if not longer. Avila with the ball, covered by Derek Lowe. Scott Cato up top. Very unselfish player, doesn't shoot that much. Gives it on the right to Ching. Leon Bauer down low, goes into the paint. He is fouled as he goes up by Tim Shepard. Comes in the game for Solar Universe. Tim Shepard did not start the first game, but he does start the second game for Artie Wilson's team.
You know, Gary, I always said that if Leon Ballard had a jump shot, he'd be a pro. He can just play this game. He's very smart.
Real consistent.
Yeah, he's very smart.
Doesn't make mistakes.
He got a great body. He jumps extremely well. And he's just a nice guy. I really like him. Plays basketball the way he should.
Ballard misses the first foul shot, and scoreboard is off for just a second. I know the score is scoreless, and now we find out the time of 18:36 left in the first half of the fourth game here today at Manoa Rec Center. Ballard up for free throw number 2. And that shot is off as well. Smith goes way up for the rebound, gives it over to Derek Lowe. Covered by John Avila. Lowe looks for a screen, nothing there. On the left side, up top. Looking for a screen by Shepard on the right side, gets it. Looking for the give and go. The pick and roll, not there. McGee with the ball, he throws up a 3, that is off. Avila with the rebound, bounces out in the corner for a 3, that is short. Matthew Chin with the ball, back to Avila for another 3. Leads the league in threes, he's taken 2, missed them. Ball is bouncing up. McGee picks it up, ball blocked from behind. Ballard picks it up, he misses. Finally goes in after 2 minutes of play. 5 missed shots there. Ballard gives the Clark Hatch Fitness team a 2-0 lead. 17:48 left in the first half. Long with the ball for Solar Universe as he waits for Kavika Smith to come down court. Long with a 3, that is off. Avila with a rebound, knocked out of bounds by Derek Lowe, and Avila will inbound for Clark Hatch Fitness.
Well, you see that 5 rebounding offense. You know, it really shows that they're playing, you know, really hard to win the game. So if they don't let down, they're going to be hard to handle.
McGee with the ball, getting a screen by Kato. Now McCalla on McGee. Ballard with the ball. Over to Kato, throws up a 3, and that hits the back of the rim and out. Derek Lowe goes way up for the rebound, brings the ball down. In the corner, Kai Wang, he throws up a 3 from the left corner. It is nothing but net. Solar Universe on the board, leading 3-2. Matthew Ching with the ball for Clark Hatch Fitness. Gets a screen, goes up for the shot. It is short. Kai Wang with the rebound. He takes it up by himself. 1-on-2, goes up for the shot. It is short. Ball bounced around. Scott Cato picks it up. Over to Matthew Ching, looking to run. 3-on-3 right now. Gives it to Ballard. Baseline, he is hammered. Makes a shot. I think they're going to call the shot made after the whistle. He will get 2 free throws, but he is hammered there.
Basket's good.
And Ballard will go back to the free throw line for 2. Foul on Kavika Smith.
Basket good.
And now they are saying basket good. Wow, they didn't say that initially. Leon Ballard going to the free throw line either way, but it'll be 1 free throw attempt. And Leon Ballard averages 26.1 in this summer league. Not doing a great job at the free throw line. He's 0 for 3 right now. Kona McCalla with the ball. Up top, covered by Konoa McGee. Clark Hatch Fitness up 4-3. Long with the ball, 12-footer. It is off, but he gets fouled by Matthew Ching. And he will go to the free throw line. Something coaches, I'm sure, always say, never foul a jump shooter.
Wong and Ching are mirror images of themselves.
They kind of are, yes.
Exactly. They could switch teams, and you'd never know the difference.
Kai Wang from UH Hilo makes the first free throw, 4-4 the score. Did that ever bother you a lot when you players foul a jump shooter?
No, not really.
Long makes the second free throw as well. 5-4 lead for Solar Universe. 16:20 left in the first half. Jonah Avila with the ball. Pressured by two Solar Universe players. Finds some open territory and finds Matthew Ching, who makes the basket. 6'5", Clark Hatch Fitness. McCullough with the ball. And he goes up a left-handed layup. It is off, but he is fouled. It's kind of interesting, even though it's so early in the game, but Derek Lowe is a point guard. He is not the primarily or the only sole ball handler for Solar Universe. It seems like whoever gets the ball, Artie Wilson wants them to run with it and try to get an advantage there. So it's not always Derek Lowe. As we've seen Wong take advantage of that, and now Conan McCullough, who misses the first free throw.
You know, I think that's a great thing to observe, because a lot of times point guard always keeps the ball. You know, and I'm thinking of that Smith kid at UH. Once he gets the rebound, he's off to the races. And then if he doesn't have anything. So.
Sure. McGee makes the jumper from 14 feet, 8'5", Clark Hatch Fitness. Derek Lowe, the point guard, with the ball now, takes a three-pointer, and it rolls around the rim and out. Ching with the rebound. He brings it across midcourt. Drives in the left, covered by Wong. Double team for temporarily. Derek Lowe picks up the steal. As the pass was attempted to Avila. He goes coast to coast, gives it to Kavika Smith, cutting to the basket. He makes the driving layup, and it is 8-7. So Clark Hatch Fitness with a 1-point lead. 15-17 left in the first half. Konoa McGee bring the ball past midcourt, covered by Conan McCullough. Drives to the right. Tough defense. He is fouled. McGee goes up for the layup. He will get two free throws, as Conan McCullough had nothing to do but foul McGee going up for the shot. Konoa McGee's been in this league many years. Very smart player, very strong player.
I thought somebody told me that at his Division II school, he was an All-American.
Assumption, yeah, Assumption University in Massachusetts.
Yeah, well,
I believe that's where Matt Marr is now, the former Chaminade coach.
I'll tell you one thing, though. He certainly plays like he really can play this game of basketball.
And he is the brother of former University of Hawaii 4-year starter Kalia McGee.
Yes, Kalia.
I wonder why Kalia doesn't play in these summer leagues. He's not that old. If Tim Shepard can play, Kalia McGee can play. And I've seen him up here at certain games during the summer watching his brother play. As McGee misses the second free throw. Like missing them both. 8-7 is the score. Derby Enos into the game now for Conan McCullough. Derek Lowe with the ball on the top. Thinks about a three. Fakes. McGee covering him. Gets a little screen. Now Scott Cato on Derek Lowe. Lowe pulls the ball back out. Billy Sims in the game, the Army players. And Wong takes a three. The shot clock was about to expire. He was closer to midcourt, way closer to midcourt than he was the three-point line.
Yeah.
That was about a 40-footer. But I think the shot clock was about to expire, the reason he took that shot from so far out. For Clark Hatch Fitness, Brian Sykes from Chaminade is in the game. Places Matthew Ching. Bauer gets the ball down low over Billy Sims. Drives to the basket, makes the runner, and is fouled by Billy Sims. Leon Ballard, using his experience, makes the shot and will go to the free throw line trying to hit his first free throw of the game. 10-7 Clark Hatch Fitness, 14:20 left in the first half. Kavika Smith not happy about that. I thought the foul was on Billy Sims. It might have been called on Kavika Smith.
Well,
it was on Kavika Smith. That's the second.
Yeah, well, Kavika never is happy about anything that happens in a basketball game unless he wins. So
Ballard makes his first free throw. 11-7 Clark Hatch Fitness. Alkai Wong with the ball. Gives it over to Derby Enos. Just entered the game. Back to Derek Lowe on the left side. Drives the baseline. Gives it to a cutting Kavika Smith. And those guys have done that several times tonight as well. With Derek Lowe drives to the basket, finds a cutting Kavika Smith. That's experience for these guys playing together.
Technical.
And it is going to be a technical.
Kavika Smith.
Kavika Smith with a technical.
Yeah.
Not happy about that, but the referees do call a T.
Kavika's good for one of those every so often.
Yes, he does. Usually every game. John Avila going to shoot the free throws. 13:57 left in the game. Clark Hatch Fitness with 2 free throws. Avila hits the first, and they will retain possession. Misses the second free throw. 12-9 now the score.
Kavika Smith is one tough hombre. I can tell you that right now.
Sure. He made a nice basket. Him and Derek Lowe worked well together. Clark Hatch with the ball. Scott Cato up top. Gets the ball deflected by Billy Sims. Kai Wong with the ball. Sims open. Wong doesn't see him underneath. Drives to the basket himself. Makes a little runner. And it's now 12-11 Clark Hatch Fitness after the basket by Wong. Avila covered by Derby Enos. Screen by Cato. Gets the ball back. Down low to Ballard. Little runner. And that goes in from about 6 feet. Leon Ballard is pretty unstoppable down low.
Well, he can do that every time they give him the ball. No question.
Wong covered by Sykes, goes up for a 3. That shot is in. A little off balance of Kai Wong from UH, but he makes the shot. This is a guy who averaged 33 points in the few games he played in the Summer League. Brian Sykes with the ball from Chaminade. He goes up for a 3. That is nothing but net. And the score was tied for just a few seconds. Brian Sykes breaks the tie, 17-14, Clark Hatch Fitness. Derby Enos with the ball. Screen by Sim. Derby Enos open for a 14-footer. That goes in. Nice screen by Billy Sim. John Avila bringing the ball up court. Covered by Derby Enos. Gives it down low to McGee. Down baseline. Goes to his right. Short on the shot. Ball is loose. Ballard with the loose ball. That shot is off. Billy Sims picks up the rebound. Gives it over to Derby Enos. Gives it over to Drew Vienna, just checks in the game. He takes the shot. That is out. Leon Ballard with the rebound, and Alvin Stevenson for Clark Hatch Fitness calling a timeout. 12:18 left in the first half. Clark Hatch Fitness with the lead for Solar Universe. Kai Wong with 10 points. He's the leading scorer. Leon Ballard leads Clark Hatch Fitness with 9 points. What are your adjustments right now, Tony, if you're a coach?
Well, you know, watching Clark Hatch and Solar Systems, there are 2 very, very intelligent basketball teams. Their players know what they're doing, and the level of the game is extremely high for a summer league. You don't see stupid shots and guys making crazy plays. You know, they're very active, and they really do a good job. So I think it's going to be a close game, right down to the wire.
And I agree with what you said in the first 3 games today. Not that it's necessarily been sloppy play, but we've seen several turnovers, unforced turnovers, a lot of shots that were forced or taken where they were right out of range. And there's smart play in both teams early in this game. It's been fun.
I think, Gary, that, you know, at the end of the game, Jeremy Robinson's team played extremely smart. And because they did that, they were able to win the game.
Scott Cato inbounding the ball for Clark Hatch Fitness to Kaunoa McGee. Covered by Derek Lowe. Is a good matchup here.
Very good matchup.
Phil Martin in the game for the first time for Clark Hatch Fitness. McGee, Cato with a little turnaround shot. Nice jump shot by Scott Cato, who's very unselfish. He passes well, but he doesn't shoot an awful lot in these games. He makes a nice jumper. 19-16 Clark Hatch Fitness. Derek Lowe covered by McGee. Throws up a 3, hits the back of the rim. Sims reaches for the rebound, and McGee knocks it out. And it goes off of McGee. He wasn't able to save it, and Solar Universe will keep possession. I like the defensive matchup. You got Phil Martin on Wong, a much taller player. And then you got Kaunoa McGee on Derek Lowe for Clark Hatch Fitness. Enos covered by Sykes. Billy Sims walks with the ball. Scott Cato giving him the room, and maybe it was too much room. When you have too much room, you do things uncharacteristically, and that's what Billy Sims did when he traveled with the ball. 11:34 left in the first half. 19-16 Clark Hatch Fitness. Brian Sykes from Shaman up with the ball, covered by Derby Enos. Phil Martin gets the ball on the left top. Finds McGee. He drives into the paint. Nice driving layup by Kaunoa McGee. That's one of the things he does very well. Lowe with the ball, double teamed, and he gets fouled going to the basket. Phil Martin and Scott Cato both on top of him, and Cato commits the foul. (21-16) is the score. Clark Hatch Fitness.
And it seems like they're not really taking bad shots. They're trying to take everything to the basket, and as a result, it's very close. And nobody has taken the lead that you thought they would take.
A lot different than maybe some of the previous games.
Yeah. Oh, no question.
Derek Lowe makes both free throws, closes it to 3, 21-18. Brian Sykes gets the ball for Clark Hatch Fitness. Crosses midcourt, covered by Derby Enos. And Derek Lowe covering McGee down low. That's a tough matchup. But they throw the ball away, and Kai Wang picks it up. Covered by Phil Martin, goes up for a 3. Hits the back of the rim. Tim Shepard in the game. He loses the rebound. Leon Ballard going coast to coast. Passes to Phil Martin on the left side. That goes in. Clark Hatch Fitness now up by 5. Derek Lowe with the ball for Solar Universe. Trailing by 5. 10:35 left in the half. Derek Lowe goes up for a pull-up jumper. That hits the rim and out. Brian Sykes with the rebound. Over on the left side, gives it to Ballard. He drives baseline, and he makes the shot. As you said, when he gets the ball down there, kind of unstoppable.
He's on my all-star team.
11 points early for Leon Ballard. Drew Vienna over to Derek Lowe. Tim Shepard gets the ball. Doesn't really jump. Throws up a left-handed shot. It's not really close. Clark Hatch Fitness has the ball. Almost a backcourt violation, which Artie Wilson has said as well. He said not almost. He said it was. Refs don't call it. Ballard with the ball goes up for a 3. Maybe that's a little out of his range. Shepard with the rebound over to Derek Lowe. Drew Vienna with the ball. Drives in. Nothing there. Drives out. Brings it back out to Derek Lowe. 15 on the shot clock. Covered by Phil Martin now. A little switch. Derek Lowe knows he's got the quickness edge. Drives to the paint. Pulls up and makes a nice little shot in the lane. 25-20 Clark Hatch Fitness. Wow. Derek Lowe will take that matchup every time.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Kanoa McGee with the ball. Brings it up slowly. Scott Cato covered by Drew Vienna. Cato has the size advantage, but Drew Vienna fouls him. And that is the 17th foul for Solar Universe, now 1-1 for Clark Hatch Fitness. Scott Cato at the line for 1-1. He looks exactly the same as when he played for you. Exactly. Hasn't aged a bit. I wish I could say that for the rest of us. And Scott Cato makes the first free throw.
Well, he definitely didn't give me any problems. He was always just a joy to have. And, he always played hard, him and Kavika. And I thought it was a great, fun year I had with those guys because we won and we had a lot of fun together. So.
Oh, I bet. Seemed like a quiet kind of player, even though he's actually really tough. He misses the second free throw. McCullough comes down, blocked by Phil Martin. Shepard with the rebound. He falls down. Drew Vienna picks it up and throws it in, but Tim Shepard is hurt, and they blow the whistle. I think he might have turned an ankle there. Yeah. Tim Shepard wants to come out of the game. Not sure if that was a wet spot or just slipped going for the loose ball.
Yeah, he's hurt. I think he
and he is limping. Yeah. It's like his right ankle might be bothering him a little bit. Good hustle play by Tim Shepard. One of my favorite University of Hawaii players ever. 26-22 the score, 8:50 left in the half. Brian Sykes covered by Derek Lowe, nowhere to go. Ballard gets the ball at the top of the three-point line. Drives in. Powell will get called for the foul. That was good. I thought that was pretty good defense, but you didn't give him any room. It was almost a travel by Ballard, but they're going to call the foul first.
Well, I think the officiating in this league is very, very good. I don't think that games are won or lost by poor officiating.
I agree. The referees have not determined any game.
Yeah.
Ballard at the free throw line. He hasn't been that successful, but he hits another one, his second of the night. And Alvin Stevenson called another timeout for Clark Hatch Fitness. They are up 27-22. 8:40 left in the first half here.
Well, you know, Gary, we used to send them home the first summer league, summer session, and bring the whole team mandatorily back so that we would have them all playing on the same team, which was legal in those days, and it was godsend.
When you say legal, who determines the rules for this league? Is it the NCAA?
NCAA, yeah.
Even if you're Division II or Division One?
Oh, yeah.
So what are the exact rules if you know?
Well,
right
I know
now?
you can only have 2 players from the same team on the team.
What happens if you? I guess if 6 teams in a league, you're not going to have to worry about that.
No, you know that doesn't happen.
You're not going to have 13 players in the league.
No, but we had Artie coached my team, all 10 players.
That was allowed back then.
That was allowed back then. And it gave us such an advantage. It was astronomical. And I said, well, if that's the way the law is, then I'm going to use it. I mean, there's no way.
And something you kind of brought up earlier but about the local players, but even when I look at these teams in this league, I love watching them, there's talent here. You don't see a lot of current players like you used to back then. Whether it's from UH Hilo, Chaminade, or BYU, you see really HBU doesn't have as many. There used to be current players from all 4 teams. Even Hilo would send over a few every year.
BYU would come.
Right.
And I don't really know why, you know. I don't know why.
I mean, we like watching some of these so-called old-timers. As Wong makes, as an old-timer, not really technically, but out of school makes a nice shot for Solar Universe. And he gets fouled, he will go to the free throw line. But it was fun seeing current players, because you get to see them during the year as well.
Well, I think like a person like Derek Lowe, you get to see a young man who is extremely talented, and he puts his talent on the line when he comes. And he's got a lot of pride. He doesn't want to play bad. He always comes to play well because he's talented.
I think it was good for some of the incoming UH players over the year that they've never played here before.
Oh, I think
just getting a little taste of Hawaii, the players. Some of the players will go up again. I mean, Shaquille Stokes was terrific in this league.
Absolutely.
And I think it helped him in his freshman
I
year
agree.
a little bit. Of course, he left after that. But even a guy like Negus Webster-Chan playing last year. First of all, for the fans, that's great. Phil Martin takes a shot, and they're going to call 3 seconds on Clark Hatch Fitness. I believe that was Matthew Ching in the lane. 28-25, Clark Hatch Fitness. 8:09 left in the first half. Wong inbounding to Derby Enos. Wong gets the ball long, 3-pointer on the left side. Bounces in and out, but Kona McCullough, hustle play, gets the rebound and put back.
No box out.
28-27.
No box out on Kimo. Kimo, smart offensive rebounder.
Vila with a long 3, leads the league in threes, misses that. Loose ball. Ching picks it up, and it is taken by McCullough. McCullough read that well, goes up the left side, passes Avila. Nice move by Kona McCullough. Avila was looking to cut him off. McCullough held on to the ball an extra second and was able to go up for the layup. 29-28, Solar Universe back in the lead by 1. 7:25 left in the half. McGee drives in the lane, gets a little bank shot layup, goes in, and now Clark Hatch Fitness up by 1, 30-29. Long with the ball, covered by Phil Martin, pulls up for another 3, and that is short. Derek Lowe with the offensive rebound. Pulls it back out, over to the left to Drew Vienna. He drives, nothing there. Gives it back out to Derby Enos, covered by Vila. Derby drive, tried to spin, gets pushed back. Drew Vienna drives baseline, gives it to a cutting Derek Lowe, falls down, picks up the ball though. He pulls it back out, 10 on the shot clock. Derek Lowe with the left, covered by Ching. Drives left now, goes in with a right hand, and a beautiful shot by Derek Lowe. Made that look very easy. And Solar Universe back up by 1, 31-30. Matthew Ching picks up his dribble, has to pass to somebody. Phil Martin gets it. Knocked away by Wong. Nice defense there. Drew Vienna gets the ball. Back out to Akai Wong. He pulls up for a jump shot from 14. It goes in. Solar Universe now up by 3, 33-30. 6:12 left in the first half. This PA announcer keeps repeating me. McGee with the ball. Drives in. Bank shot goes right in. Shows his guns as he makes the basket. 1-point lead for Solar Universe. Kona McCullough with the ball. Long 3-pointer. You don't see too many of these long three-pointers going in for anybody tonight. Avila gets the rebound. Off the rebound pass to him, and he makes a three. The leading three-point shooter in the league. And Clark Hatch Fitness, just like that, up by 2, 35-33.
That's 2 for him, huh? 2 threes?
2 threes for Avila, okay.
So he's got 43 now.
5:39 left in the half, 35-33. Good game. I agree with what you said earlier, Tony. This game's got to go down to the last few minutes. I don't think neither team will be able to pull away from the other. I mean, we were talking about the summer leagues in general, players from schools, and I remember it had to be about 6 years ago, and it was the University of Hawaii. Somehow it messed up a little bit where they forgot to fill out the paperwork, and none of their players were able to play.
Yeah, I remember that.
There was a deadline to turn it in.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that was kind of unfortunate for everybody involved. You have players here for summer school but also wanting to play, and nobody was allowed to play. That was the only year you had 0 from the UH team here in the summer league.
Well, I just think that, you know, there's a lot of summer leagues that kids can play in if they go home or, you know, if they.
Yeah.
But if they come back, then we want to make sure they have an avenue to, you know, to work on their skills and progress as a player because, you know, I've said this so many times, I'm tired of saying it. A basketball player is made from March until October. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So don't call me up and say, Coach, how come you don't play me? Whoever you want to play, get better.
Now, one guy we saw last year in this league, Garrett Neville's a UH senior to be, he actually plays in the Drew Summer League in LA, probably the most prestigious league in the country, and they won the championship last week without any professionals on the team.
Yeah, well, you know, he's a talented little player.
Yeah, so good for Garrett Neville on the championship. Drew League is well known by many. I think this league is pretty well known and very well respected. Kato with his shot. It is off. Soldier Universe with the rebound. Alkai Wong bringing it up across midcourt. Over to Drew Vienna on the left side to Derek Lowe. Thinks about a shot. Pulls it back out. Fakes and goes in for a layup. What a fake by Derek Lowe. It's a little stutter step. And he faked out Kaunoa McGee and went in uncontested on the left side for a layup.
Well,
Derek Lowe now with, I think, 10 points in the game, if I have it right. Leon Ballard down low doing what he does best. And he makes the shot as expected.
Damn.
Leon Ballard is deadly there. It's almost a layup for him. Delay of game warning on Kaunoa McGee. Second one will be a technical. 37-35. Clark Hatch Fitness up by 2. 4:19 left in the half. Derek Lowe with the ball. Long three. And he misses it. John Avila gets the rebound. Takes his time bringing the ball up court. Leon Ballard with a left three-point line on top of the circle. Goes up for a 17-footer. It is nothing but net. There will be a foul called after the basket. And I think a technical. I'm not sure who that was on. I think it might have been on McGee.
oh, God. Why did you get a technical foul? Come on.
Didn't see. It looked like he might have thrown somebody to the ground. I didn't see exactly what happened. But the technical is on him.
Doesn't matter. You can't get a technical. I don't care what the reason is.
So it is a technical on McGee. Personal and a technical. Looks like he threw the player to the ground for the foul and then said something to the ref for the technical. 3 fouls on McGee, but also 1 technical. The next one will be an automatic ejection.
Well, they can't win without him. That's for sure.
Now Wong at the free throw line for 2. He makes the first of 2. Good player out of UH Hilo. Averages 33 in the summer league here. Makes both. 39-37. They will retain possession. See, it's interesting where Kaunoa McGee gets the technical, but he stays in the game. If you had a player get a T, would you take him out, Tony?
Depends. Totally depends.
Quick answer. I agree. Most coaches would.
Depends on how good he is.
Yeah. Okay. You don't judge everybody equally.
No, I don't.
Vienna with the ball. Gets it stolen by Kato. He gives it up to Avila. Thinks about a 3, then gives it to McGee, cutting in the lane. He makes a nice little runner. Vienna gets the ball. Derek Lowe, 41-37, 4-point lead for Clark Hatch Fitness. Lowe with the ball covered by Kaunoa McGee. Drives baseline, tried a little stutter step. McGee doesn't bite. Drew Vienna with the ball. Wong with another long three. Again, none of the. I think maybe one in all 4 games has fallen for any of the teams. I would tell myself to stop shooting them for one thing. Avila with the ball. Over to Ballard. Drives in the lane. He is fouled before the shot. Wong gets called for the foul. That'll be before the shot. It should be 1 and 1.
And I think that, Gar, in answer to your question, sure, I have always thought that it was extremely important for any coach to evaluate players, if we're not talking about a crime or something like that.
Yeah.
But, you have to judge people individually. When a guy starts for you and averaging 21 points a game, he's a nervous wreck every day. He works hard. He works really hard. He wants to play good. It's much different than a guy that scores 2 points a game and never plays.
True, that's true. Ballard misses the free throw, 1 and 1. Wong's shot is off. Avila with the rebound. Crosses midcourt, and we hit the 2:50 mark of the first half. 41-37, Clark Hatch Fitness. Avila over to Ballard on the left circle. Tipped by Wong. Kala picks it up 2-on-1. Doesn't pass it. That's something he should have done, giving it to Derek Lowe. Derek Lowe, however, picks up the ball off of Brian Sykes, and he gets fouled going to the basket. Kona McCullough on a 2-and-1 had Derek Lowe open, took the shot himself, and Sykes was right there for it. But he couldn't control the rebound as he tried to pass it. It looked like it could have been a kick ball on Derek Lowe.
Well, unfortunately, I think that that's a flaw in Kemo's game. He's a very good player, and he's an excellent athlete, but I'm not quite so sure about his judgment. And you can get away with that depending on what team you're on, but you better be playing on a team that's...
And to be honest, in this summer league, there is less passing by everybody than there would be during a normal college or high school game. I think it's just a fact.
Yeah, I agree.
Players will take more shots, where if they were playing under a head coach who's their college or high school coach, they're going to pass the ball more often.
But I'll bet you Derek Lowe hasn't taken a lot of shots if you look over there.
For who?
Derek Lowe. How many shots has he taken?
We don't have how many shots he's taken. We'll try to see if we can get that. We know he has 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. We'll see if we can get his shots.
Because he just doesn't shoot a lot. Neither does Scott Cotto. They just don't shoot a lot.
Derek Lowe with a steal from Brian Sykes, and he gives it to McCullough, who is fouled. Derek Lowe knew he was falling out of bounds, and before he fell out of bounds, passed the ball to a streaky McCullough, who goes up for the shot and is fouled. He will shoot 2, looking to tie this game up. 2:14 left in the first half. McCullough now playing at Shoreline Community College.
Really? When did he graduate from?
AOP.
AOP?
Yes.
And then he went to Shoreline?
Yes. He was on the AOP team that went to the semifinals of the state tournament. He and Drew Vienna, several other good players. They had a couple of transfer students from Germany, I believe, on their team. McCullough goes up for shot number 2. Misses the second, and he made the first. 41-40 now. Clark Hatch Fitness with a 1-point lead as we approach the 2-minute mark of the first half. McGee gets the ball knocked away by McCullough. Good defensive play there. That judgment was good.
He really is aggressive judgment.
He wasn't covering McGee, but he came off the side and knocked the ball away and picked it up. Gives it to Derek Lowe, over to Derby Enos, back to Wong on the left baseline. Turnaround shot. Banker is off. Loose ball. Drew Vienna picks it up, gives it back to Wong. Goes up for a 3. That is good by Okai Wong. And just like that, Solar Universe regains the lead, 43-41. Minute 30 left in the first half.
Now, you see that 21 had that ball and lost it. And it cost him a minute.
Matthew Ching back in, getting a little frustrated by the defense. Gives it over to the right side to McGee. Thinks about a 3, looking to drive now the baseline. Muscles Vienna, gets the shot and muscles it over. Drew Vienna shows his muscles again and gestures to the fans on the side with his muscles. I don't know what that was about. Derek Lowe with the ball. Tie game at 43. Derek Lowe tries a three. That is off. Loose ball. Both teams think it's theirs. The referees are going to get together. And I couldn't tell who that went off of. Looks like it's going to go to Clark Hatch Fitness. John Avila with the ball, crossing midcourt. Scott Cotto with the ball, top of the key. Tried to get it into Ballard, is knocked away by Wong, who keeps the ball. Puts it behind his back. Over to Derek Lowe, goes up for a three on the left side. It is all. Derek Lowe hustles for the rebound, knocks it over to McCalla, who gets the putback. And Clark Hatch Fitness now trails by 2. Solar Universe with a 2-point lead, 45-43. Clark Hatch, no shot clock. You would think they would go for the last shot of the half. Matthew Ching with the ball, covered by Derek Lowe. Derek Lowe is not going to make it easy, and we got a 5-second call. Great defense, as I said. Derek Lowe is not going to make it easy for Matthew Ching, causing that 5-second call. Great defense by Derek.
Well, I think that is a mismatch. Derek is a much better defensive player than Ching is an offensive player.
And now Solar Universe will have an opportunity to go for the last shot. It appears they won't, as Wong takes the shot with about 8 seconds left. Drew the end with a rebound. It is off.
Oh.
2 seconds left.
1 and 1.
And I believe that foul will be on John Avila off the rebound.
No. Be on McCalla. Kimo McCalla.
1 second left on the clock. And there'll be free throws taken, I believe.
Yes.
Because I believe that was Avila.
1 and 1. No, that wasn't Avila. That was Ching.
We'll have to find out who that foul was on.
McCalla.
Oh, no,
it was on McCalla. Bobby, it was on McCalla.
Avila holding up his hand like it was a foul. I think he was just happy that they were getting the ball. And there are 2 free throws, as that was the 10th team foul for Solar Universe. So Scott Cotto at the line with 1 second left. Misses the first free throw.
I think that a free throw before the half is one of the most important shots in basketball.
Cotto hits the second of 2, 1 point deficit. And Wong trying a shot from almost full court. Comes close, but no cigars. 45-44 is the score. We've had a close game throughout in the second semifinal here tonight, and we are at the half with Solar Universe hanging on to a 1-point lead. Their second game of the night, and you would never know it by watching them play. They don't show any signs of fatigue at all, and we have got a good game. We will get our leading scorers here in just a second. I want to thank our stat guy. We have a stat guy here who's done a great job. Frank Calvi has done a great job here for all 4 games like we have been, so we thank him for that. Gary Dickman here with Tony Solito as the camera is on. Frank, you got a smile for everybody. You might have friends watching. And we're going to get the leading scorers here in just a second as we are at the half. Frankie Baby, you're getting called.
Good job.
Now the pressure is on him to perform.
Yes. Let's
And
get him
we
going.
Get the stat. The leading scorer is 4. Solar Universe, Okai Wong with 20, Derek Lowe with 10, Kona McCalla with 7, 4, Clark Hatch Fitness, Leon Ballard with 17, Kalnoa McGee with 12. Tony Solito, again, if you're the coach of both teams, first with Clark Hatch Fitness down by 1, what are you telling your team?
It looks to me that whoever takes the last shot is going to win the game. So
Are you not telling anybody to stop shooting those long threes, though?
No.
Even with basically none going in?
Well, John Avila played for me, and he shot the same way he did here. He always made his 3. So I never bothered him. I never said, hey, don't shoot. You know. Alvin Stevenson, I said, Alvin, stop it.
That's why he's coaching now.
Stop it. So, I mean, it depends on the guy. Excuse me. Depends on the guy. It depends.
If you're Artie Wilson, what are you telling Solar Universe players?
Well, I think he has a good team, and I think that they're pretty interesting, and they play a good brand of basketball, and it seems like they've tightened up their game for this game, and they're playing like hell so that they win the game,
We're going to be back
do you
for the
think?
second. I think one thing I would tell my players is to stop shooting those threes. If they're not making them, stop shooting them. because they're not high percentage shots. This game is going to come down to the end.
It is.
I think whoever makes the least turnovers down the stretch is going to have a better chance of winning. And if you're not giving the other team maybe transition opportunities or easy rebounds by taking those long threes that are not dropping, I would take, if you're going to take threes, take them right behind the line. You have a better chance of making them.
Now, one last question. How is Maryland this year?
Maryland is going to be in rough shape. They've had 5 players transfer out. A couple of recruits have left school before they even started school. They are in the Big Ten. It's not going to be easy. Coach is on the hot seat.
And their coach is?
Mark Turgeon, former Texas A&M and Wichita State coach. They would have been better off with the now Hall of Famer Gary Williams. On that note, we will break away here. We'll have a camera on the court. Tony Solito and I will be back in just a few minutes for the second half. 45-44, Solar Universe with a 1-point lead.
Who did it? Who did it? Who did the zebra? It was not like that.
Well, after they kind of put it. Gary Dickman along with Tony Solito here. Second half underway in semifinal number 2 here at Manoa Rec. Halftime score again, 45-44. Solar Universe with a 1-point lead. Theon Ballard misses the first shot of the second half for Clark Hatch Fitness. Kavika Smith with the ball for Solar Universe. Drives baseline against his teammate from HPU. Gives it to Tim Shepard, who makes the easy layup. And just like that, Solar Universe up by 3. Viola with the ball now for Clark Hatch Fitness. Covered by Derby Enos, who start the second half. And that's kind of surprising that Derek Lowe is not starting this half. I don't know what the reason would be. I didn't see any kind of injury. But Derby Enos starting the second half over Derek Lowe. That's very interesting. I don't know, maybe fatigue coming in, trying to save Derek Lowe a little bit more for down the stretch.
I agree.
I said I don't think we saw an injury of any kind for Derek.
No.
See how that strategy pays off for Artie. Although on that shot it didn't. Enos misses the 3 badly. Ballard with the rebound. Gives it over to Phil Martin down low, covered by Tim Shepard. The 2 old-timers from UH. Although Tim is older. And foul is called. John Avila will inbound under the basket. 1 team foul for each team. A little over a minute gone in the half. McGee goes up for a quick 3. He hits it. And we've got a tie game at 47.
Lig out, I'm telling you. Whoever has the ball last is going to win.
Long with the ball over to Kavika Smith for a 3. That is good. See, they're hitting the 3s that are a little closer to the line. That was my point. The ones that are 8 feet in back of the line haven't exactly dropped. Kavika Smith gives Solar Universe a 3-point lead. Avila with the ball covered by Enos. Screen is not there. Looking for somebody, double team for a second over to McGee, covered by McCullough. McGee on the right side, looking for an opening and a screen by Kato. Gives it to Ballard down low. Double team, so he gives it to Phil Martin from 17 feet. That is off. And Wong with the rebound. He takes it down court, goes up for a long 3. That is in. That was only a few feet in back line. Nice shot by Okai Wong. 6-point lead for Solar Universe. Avila brings the ball up. Pass midcourt over to McGee. Covered by McCullough. Little bump, no call. McGee brings it out.
He was really excited about making that shot, though.
And there's a foul call. We'll see who it's called on. It might be McCullough, and it is. That is 4 fouls for Conan McCullough. 6 fouls to foul out in the Summer League here at the NCAA Summer League at Manoa Rec.
Oh, really?
Ball's inbounded. Ballard has the ball down low. Gets Phil Martin in the paint. Little spin. Turnaround jumper from the foul line is short. Kato fights for the rebound. Throws it away, falling out of bounds. But Wong picks it up, going coast to coast. A little runner in the lane, and it drops for Okai Wong. 55-47. Solar Universe. Wong now at 25 points for Solar Universe. Avila with the ball, tries a long three. That is not in. Wong with the rebound, tries to get in transition. Doesn't have the numbers. Shepard goes up for a three. Tim Shepard with a three-point attempt. Not off by much, but I don't think that's his shot. We saw one of those in the first half as well from Tim Shepard. I guess Tim Shepard feels if everybody else is going to shoot threes and miss, I might as well try it too.
Is that exactly what you think, Aaron?
Yeah. In this league, yes. Kato down low, right baseline. Tried to muscle his way in, nothing there. Ballard from the free throw line, that is good. That is Ballard's spot, 55-49. Solar Universe up by 6. Smith by Shepard, cutting to the basket. Nobody covering him. Kato lost him. Shepard with the easy layup. 8-point lead for Solar Universe. This is all without Derek Lowe. So far, Artie Wilson's strategy is working. McGee with the ball, covered by Smith. Picked there by Martin. McGee goes through that. Is muscled by Tim Shepard. He thought he was going to go around. Shepard doesn't budge. Shepard gets called for the foul. His complaint is, I just stood there. I didn't do anything. But when you have the ball, you got to get a little room, and Shepard didn't budge, and I think that was a good call, but I understand Shepard's complaint. Ballard gets the ball down low with nobody looking. Everybody looking about the call still, and Ballard makes the easy basket. Kavika Smith in transition goes in for the easy layup. Right back, 59-51, still an 8-point lead for Solar Universe. McGee with the ball, crossing midcourt. Covered by Kavika Smith. I like this matchup too. Smith isn't going to budge. As he knocks the ball away, loose ball, McGee picks it up. Calls a timeout. Smart call by McGee, because if he got up, it would have been a travel. And Kavika Smith was about to converge on him again, so smart play.
He hustles that boy.
Yeah, I like this matchup with Kavika Smith now on Count and McGee. Artie Wilson knows McGee is so effective. If you give him a little size advantage or a strength advantage, he will take advantage. So you put a guy like Kavika Smith, who's quick and strong enough to stay with McGee. We'll see how that works. So far, he has frustrated McGee.
Right, I agree. Very much.
15:55 left in the first half. There's a timeout on the court. And this is the biggest lead by either team. As Solar Universe has had an 8-point lead several times this half. Phil Martin goes to the bench. Brian Sykes now in the game for Clark Hatch Fitness. And Malcala leaves as Billy Sims comes in for Solar Universe. Avila gets the ball back, gives it to Ballard in the left corner, backs up for a three, thinks twice, takes a few steps in, goes into the paint, loses the ball. Looks like he was trying to pass it to me. I think it got tipped out of bounds. It looked like he might have lost it, but it got tipped. And Clark Hatch Fitness will retain possession.
6 seconds.
Brian Sykes looking for McGee wide open, nobody looking, but McGee wasn't looking. So he throws it to nobody, and Scott Cato with a hustle play saves it past midcourt.
Johnny, 4 seconds.
And the shot clock will expire as Tony Solito tries to give advice for his former player. We're not supposed to be biased.
He could never hear me. I mean, I was like, Johnny, shoot is 1 second.
Enos with the ball covered by Avila.
When he was playing, so I don't have to worry about it.
Or so they said they couldn't hear you. Kato with a rebound off the missed shot. Avila could transition over to Sykes, thinks about a three, pulls it back out, drives left baseline, goes in. He is fouled by Tim Shepard. No complaint by Shepard. He knew he got him. And Sykes will go to the free throw line for 2. 8-point lead for Solar Universe. 4 fouls on Tim Shepard. And it looks like Drew Vienna is going to come in the game, I would think, for Tim Shepard. And Sykes makes the first shot. And yes, Drew Vienna will come in for Tim Shepard with 4 fouls. Still no Derek Lowe. We're almost 5 minutes into the second half. And Derek Lowe out of the game, not in foul trouble. 0 fouls, in fact, for Derek Lowe. So that is not the issue. Yeah. We don't think it's an injury either, just maybe Artie Wilson with a little strategy. Sykes makes the second free throw. 6-point lead for Solar Universe. Drew Vienna takes his time crossing midcourt, covered by McGee. Finds Enos in the corner. Sims down low. Brings it out to Enos again. Screen by Sims. Enos cuts in. Gives it to Smith for a 3 in the right corner. That is short.
No.
Ballard with the rebound.
That's not a good shot for him.
McGee brings the ball up for Clark Hatch Fitness, crossing midcourt. Nobody's picking him up right away. Then Vienna does. Sykes open for a 3. That is off. Scott Cottrell with a nice hustle play, offensive rebound, and a putback, cutting it to a 4-point lead for Solar Universe. And now Artie Wilson, just like that, looks at Derek Lowe on the bench and says, get in there. This game is too close. Wong with a 3. That is nothing but net. Kai Wong with 31, or is it 28? 28 right now.
30?
28. I thought they were showing the score, but it is 28. And he is putting on a show, giving the lead back up to 7, but Derek Lowe will inbound at will get into the game at the next dead ball. McGee with a little driving layup. 62-57. 14:05 left in the second half. Wong takes a little screen, goes up for a 15-footer. It is short. Loose ball. Sykes comes up with it for Clark Hatch Fitness. Gets Ballard by himself for the easy layup. Enos came over, but a little too late. 3-point game. Enos with the ball. I know Artie Wilson wants a dead ball to get Derek Lowe in the game as soon as possible. Enos with the ball. It's a screen by Sims. And it looks like he has double dribble. Kind of got the ball stuck on his hip for a second. Now Derek Lowe will come in.
Barrier.
And Artie Wilson calling a timeout.
He carried that.
Yeah. Yeah, not really a double dribble carry on Enos there. You get a little stuck on his hip. 13:35 left in the second half. 62-59. Solar Universe hanging on. They had a big lead. They were up by 8 points several times in the second half. Clark Hatch Fitness has come back all without Derek Lowe, has just entered the game for the first time in the second half. And I would think, if nothing else, Derek Lowe will, as long as this game is close, will be kept in remainder of this game. Artie Wilson has rested him almost 6.5 minutes, and Derek Lowe should have no fatigue factor.
Well, Derek Lowe can take care of the game from here on in without any problem.
Right.
So I'm sure Artie will do that.
And I would assume that was his strategy. But I would also assume Artie's strategy was not to have the game come down from 8 to 3.
They got it set all that in, all right? If it goes out.
Not sure what the referees are telling the PA announcer.
What?
Either way, the ball is inbounded. John Avila with the ball covered by Derek Lowe. Down to McGee, covered by Vienna. Looks to back in. Turnaround jumper. Great shot. That is McGee's patent move. And now it's only a 1-point game.
Now it's a game.
62-61. Lowe with the ball, covered by Villa. Pulls it back out. Wong with the ball, muscle Sykes. And that's going to be an offensive foul now. Kai Wong hit his elbow as he tried to back up Brian Sykes. He hit his elbow, went to him to get more separation. The referee was right there. Wong can't complain about that. If anything, he has to complain to himself. Too obvious for the ref not to call it. 13:07 left in the second half. Kato inbounding the ball. Matthew Ching back in the game for Clark Hatch Fitness. He places John Avila. Covered by Derek Lowe. Sykes with the ball. Finds Ballard over the top, but the ball is knocked out of bounds by Kavika Smith. 12:56 left in the second half. Clark Hatch Fitness inbounding under their own basket. McGee with the ball. Off of the inbounded pass. That is a 3. And he gives Clark Hatch Fitness the lead. They were down by 8, and they are now up by 2, 64-62. McGee with 22 points. Billy Sims with an easy basket. Nobody covering him as he cuts through the lane. And we are tied at 64, just like Tony Solito predicted.
Telling you.
This could well indeed come down to the last shot of the game. McGee with the ball gets fouled.
Hey, relax, relax.
Gets a little excited after the foul. Called against his defenders.
Shoot, you might miss it because you're too excited.
Clark Hatch Fitness will inbound the ball. It's a 16 foul on Solar Universe. The next one will be a 1-and-1 for the rest of the game until they get the double bonus. The next foul, Clark Hatch Fitness will be shooting, where Clark Hatch Fitness has only committed 1 team foul. McGee cuts in the lane, gets the ball by Kato, misses the layup, complains to the ref, They call a jump ball. Vienna thinks he got fouled. McGee complaining to the ref, stay there for the jump ball, as it turns out.
Artie is having a heart attack.
Artie always gets very emotionally involved with these games. Sometimes he'll do what he's doing now. You see him on camera sitting down way at the end of the bench with fans. I guess that's to prevent him from getting a technical. He's coaching some of the fans up as well as his team. Derek Lowe with the ball, covered by Ching. Sims setting up a screen, nothing there yet. Now Lowe gets to the left, ties up a three, hits the front of the rim. Kato with the rebound.
That guy can't.
McGee brings the ball up, covered by Drew Vienna. Again, a really tough D. McGee almost stepped out of bounds. Tried it for Ballard, out to the top to Kato. He throws up a shot, it's off. Wong with a long rebound, takes it all the way up from one end to the other, pulls it back out. Now turns around for a three, and it is in. There he gets his 31st point. Kai Wong lighting it up, right around his season average of 33.7 in the NCAA Summer League. And Solar Universe now up by 3, 67-64. McGee with the ball, covered by Vienna, knocked out of bounds. 14 on the shot clock as Clark Hatch Fitness will inbound from the corner. Ching inbounding the ball. Over to McGee. Gets knocked out again by Vienna. Great hustle by Vienna there. Good defense. It's Sims, gets hit in the mouth by McGee. No foul. McGee misses the shot. Derek Lowe in traffic. Gives it over to Wong for a three. That is nothing but net as he falls out of bounds. Now Kai Wong now with 34 points, along with 6 rebounds, and what a three falling out of bounds.
How many points does he have?
34. A little above his average of 33.7. 6-point lead for Solar Universe on the last 2 threes made by Kai Wong. McGee with the ball, covered by Vienna, who's really frustrated McGee. And he knocks the ball out, but he also fouls McGee as well. As McGee yells out all day. But he's still getting frustrated by Drew Vienna. But that is a 17th foul on Solar Universe, so McGee will shoot 1 and 1. I think McGee's got to be careful. He's mouthing off a lot, but he has 1 technical already. Another one will cost him his game. First shot up. Nothing but net.
Well, guys like him in Kavika don't really worry about those things.
Sure.
As a coach, you do, but they don't.
Now, was he around in high school when you were recruiting? Did you attempt to recruit him?
I'm sure. I don't remember. I really don't remember. I don't.
Misses the second free throw. Kavika Smith with the rebound, gives it over to Derek Lowe. Wong with another three. This one is off. That would have been amazing if that went in. Misses the back of the rim. Sykes with a long rebound. Comes out, covered by Lowe, who looked like he fouled him.
Yeah.
That was Wong, then Lowe. But he makes the shot. Nice shot as we're down to a 3-point lead, 70-67. We hit the midway point of the second half. Lowe with the ball, covered by Ching. Pulls it back out. And Lowe, nothing but net. 12 points for Derek Lowe. 5-point lead for Solar Universe. Ching with the ball. McGee gets the ball down low, covered by Vienna. Vienna knocks the ball away. No fouls called. McGee complains again. Derek Lowe, the ball goes up for a three. This one is off. Vienna with the ball, but it is out of bounds before he's able to save it. I know McGee very upset about no foul called on that. Drew Vienna doing a great defensive job on Kanoa McGee. 9:31 left in the second half here at Manoa Rec. Gary Dickman and Tony Solito for Alelo TV. Second semifinal of the night. Grand Coast Pacific won their first semifinal. They will advance to the championship game next Saturday against the winner of this semifinal game. McGee over the top to Ballard. He is fouled by Kavika Smith. Still shooting the 1-on-1. And it's going to be a long time, if at all, before Solar Universe gets to the 1-on-1. Clark Hatch Fitness with still only 1 team foul this half. That's amazing.
That is truly amazing.
I have a feeling Artie Wilson is saying that to the ref, that it's truly amazing. Solar Universe upset in the first round of last year's tournament when they had guys like Zane Johnson, Brandon Spearman, Negus Webster-Chant, and Derek Lowe. The defending champs get knocked out trying to get back to the championship game and win it all this year. Ballard misses again, 72-68. 9-10 left. Solar Universe with a 4-point lead. Derek Lowe brings the ball up. Screen by Sims. Lowe, the foul's going to be called before the shot is up. I guess they are going to call that a shooting foul.
They are?
Lowe with 12 points, looking to make it 14. And he makes the first of two. 5-point lead for Solar Universe. .902 left in the second half. Derek makes second of the 2 free throws, 14 points, and a 6-point lead for Solar Universe. Ching brings the ball up across midcourt, covered by Wong. Ballard with a little screen. Nothing there, back to Ballard, over in the right corner. Pulls up for a 3, and that is around and out. Sims with the rebound over to Derek Lowe. Looks for Wong, but he's not open down court. Will bring the ball up himself. Derek Lowe with plenty of time in the shot clock, covered by Avila. Drives in the lane, goes up for a layup. Nice screen and nice layup by Derek Lowe. Now it's 16 points and an 8-point lead for Solar Universe. Ching bringing the ball up again. And they're going to call a foul on Matthew Ching. He loses the ball and then fouled Wong as he was ready to pick up the loose ball.
Well, now this is Derek Lowe's kind of game. He controls the entire game. He knows exactly what's going on, and he won't take a bad shot. And I don't think he'll give the ball up to somebody else who is going to do that.
And for the first time for Clark Hatch Fitness, Nick Milan was in the game, number 34, former manager at UH, and he is playing at Orange Coast College, former Kaimaki player. Avila with the ball, gives it over to McGee, thinks about a 3, then gives it over to Ballard in the lane, pulls it back out to the free throw line, misses the shot badly. Kato looking for the loose ball. Looked like it went off Kato, but they're saying it's off of Tim Shepard, who is saying the same thing, and they are calling it off of Shepard, and Clark Hatch Fitness with the ball. Avila inbounding underneath his basket. Milan wide open. Sims not covering him. A missed assignment, and now is a 6-point lead for Solar Universe. Artie Wilson not too happy about that.
Plenty of time.
Wong with the ball. Gives it over to Derek Lowe. Thinks about a 3. Cuts in the lane by baseline. Gives it over to Shepard down low. Low with a baseline jumper. That is nothing but net. 18 for Derek Lowe. That lead back up to 8 points. 7:15 left in the second half. Avila with the ball. Gives it over to McGee. Goes in the lane. Loses the ball. Shepard knocks it away. Over to Derek Lowe. 3-on-1. Wong trailing, gets the ball, and a scoop layup goes in for Kai Wong. 36 for Kai Wong now. 10-point lead as we are exactly 7 minutes left in the second half. Tim Shepard doing a really good job. We call him one of the old-timers in this league, which he is, but he's got a lot of good hustle plays during this game, making a difference. Derek Lowe didn't play the first 6.5 minutes of the second half, coming in and clicking on all cylinders. And now Kai Wong making big 3-point shots, great defense, doing a good job, and leading the way with 36 points.
Well, I mean, the older guys have a little more knowledge about basketball, so that makes them less prone to make mistakes, you know?
Sure.
Because they really handle the end of a game.
If you look at Clark Hatch Fitness, they've got a lot of experience, not only playing basketball, but playing together in this league.
Oh, I agree.
McGee, Scott Cato, and Avila have been on this team for many, many years.
Artie has the same team every year, except for a few guys.
I think this year it's a little bit different. I mean, he used to have Maya Strowski, who's on Walt Strategy. He's had Shepard, he's had Derek Lowe, Kavika Smith. Those are three mainstays
guys he's had.
Well, I'm really impressed with Al-Kai Wong. Got to watch him play a little during his UH Hilo days and over the summer league here the last few years. And
34 points.
doing a great job. 36 points for Al-Kai Wong. Avila with the ball. They can start play. Covered tightly by Derek Lowe. And Lowe does pick up the steal. Goes down 1-on-2. Gets fouled. He goes to the basket. And one thing about Derek Lowe, we've seen sometimes maybe conserving his energy where he'll slack off a little on defense just to conserve himself. But when he plays tight up on anybody, it seems like he's either making a steal or knocking the ball away or causing a bad pass almost every possession. Yeah. And that's what he just did with Avila. Derek Lowe with his 19th point, and the lead is now 11 for Solar Universe. Kona McCullough about to check in, looks like for Derek Lowe if he makes this free throw. And he does, and McCullough does come in for Derek Lowe, giving Derek Lowe another bit of a breather. With a 12-point lead, Artie Wilson can afford to do that. Derek Lowe with his 20th point. Wong and Lowe combining for 56 points tonight out of the 82. 12-point lead, 6:36 left in the second half. Sykes covered by McCullough. Pulled back. Shot is off. Phil Martin with the rebound. Gets Ballard in the lane, gives it out to Sykes for a three in the left corner, and it is good. Nothing but net. 82-73. Don't count out Clark Hatch Fitness. Down by 9. McCullough coming back for a three of his own. That is hit the front of the rim. Is off. Shepard with the rebound. He goes up short. Ball knocked loose. Phil Martin picks it up, gives it to McGee, going 1-on-2. And they let him get in. They didn't want to commit the foul, knowing how strong McGee is. He makes the shot. Now a 7-point lead. Just like that, and Derby Enos about to check into the game for Solar Universe. 12-point lead cut down to 7. Wong with a three. Nothing but net. 39 points for Al-Kai Wong, doing a great job with his three-point shot tonight. 10-point lead for Solar Universe.
What a game.
Phil Martin down low, looking to make it a little opening. Nothing there, gives it to Ballard at the foul line. That is his shot, and that goes in for Leon Ballard. Back to an 8-point lead for Solar Universe. Ballard now with 26 points. McGee with 25 for Solar, and Shepard gets another easy basket. He's always been smart. He always knows how to get open. He's done that several times tonight. 6 points for Tim Shepard. 10-point lead. McGee with the ball. Vienna with great defense. Phil Martin now in the lane. Goes up to the left shot. It is no good. Tim Shepard with a rebound. 4:45 left in the second half. 10-point lead for Solar Universe. So they look to slow it up a little bit. And even more so with Artie Wilson calling another timeout. Now the basket doesn't count, but Wong just took a three-pointer after the timeout is called, and as you would expect, nothing but net.
God, you're kidding.
He is putting on a show. We are at 4:38 left in the second half. It's going to be tough for Clark Hatch Fitness to get back in. There's enough time to get back in this game, but the way Solar Universe is playing, I'm not sure if they're going to have the opportunities to get back.
Yeah. I agree.
I think a great move by Artie Wilson is putting Drew Vienna in on Kaunoa McGee. He's really frustrating him.
Well, the Wong kid is out of his mind. I mean, this got to be his best game he ever played this summer.
Well, he's averaged 33.7, so he's had good games before. He hasn't played in all the games.
Yeah, I know.
But when he has played, he's been deadly. Maybe not as deadly as tonight. Timeout just about over. Reminder, we'll be here next Saturday at 7 o'clock, Tony and myself, for the championship game. One game only, winner take all, next Saturday. Grand Co Pacific waiting to see who they will meet next Saturday in the championship. Kona McCullough about to inbound the ball. Kai Wong picks it up, takes his time. Only 16 left in the shot clock. Goes by Sykes, little screen by Sim. Wong pulls up for a three. Another three by Al Kai Wong. Wow, 42 points for Wong. What a performance. Many of the points on three-pointers. Phil Martin down low, gets a little shot up, and it goes in. 11-point lead, 4:12 left in the game.
What a performance.
Wong with the ball again. This time he drives in, pulls it back out. Covered by Sykes, who really can't stop these threes from falling. 12 in the shot clock. Shepard with the ball over the corner to Vienna. Covered by Kato now. Back over to Wong. I think I know what he's going to do. And it is a three. It is an air ball, though. Shepard with the rebound, but it is off. I don't think you want Al Kai Wong getting too greedy now if you're Artie Wilson. Ballard with the ball. Baseline jumper way off. Kato with the rebound. He gets fouled by Vienna, putting up the shot. He will go to the line for two. 90-79, 3:30 left in the second half. 11-point lead for Solar Universe. Scott Kato going to the free throw line for two. Kavika Smith about to check in for Solar Universe. First shot is in by Kato. Still no Derek Lowe. He is back on the bench. And Kavika Smith comes in for Billy Sim.
Hey, settle down.
90-80 is the score. 3:30 left in the second half. Kato makes the second free throw, cutting it to a 9-point deficit. Wong with the ball, kind of enjoying himself right now as he is really in the zone. Takes the ball past right, drives in, gives it over to McCullough. Back out to Wong. He's going to use a little clock right now. Covered by Sykes. Does go up for a three, and this one is barely hits the rim. And I think Artie Wilson is telling him that was not necessary. Now you're giving opportunities for Clark Hatch Fitness to get back in. They were down by 12, now down by 9. And if they make a basket here, still only down by 7, a 3-possession game. McGee with the ball, drives in the lane, gets past his man, gets a layup. And now we are at 7, 90-83. 3-possession game, plenty of time left for Clark Hatch Fitness.
I really don't like these kind of games.
Kavika Smith with the ball, covered by Kato. Looking for somebody open. Drives baseline, nothing there, comes back out. And Artie Wilson with another timeout. As I said in the first game with Solar Universe, Artie Wilson never saves his timeouts, and there's nothing wrong with that. It just seems like every game will call every timeout. I think he even calls too many timeouts. They don't call the T's on them. But he will not take them home. He will not save them for next week. He uses them all. And again, I think a smart strategy in many cases. 2:34 left in the second half here, 90-83. Solar Universe with a 7-point lead here at Manoa Rec Center. They were up by 12. They do have the ball, and Artie Wilson getting ready to call a play for his Solar Universe team. I am curious now if Derek Lowe goes back in the game. This game is now getting closer again, Tony. And Derek Lowe's been out for a couple of minutes again. Second time we've seen him out for a while.
Well, you know, Bobby Knight never used all his timeouts. He never used his timeout. Never used all his timeouts. If he didn't have to, he'd walk off the floor with a win and have 3 timeouts left.
Phil Jackson was the same way. He wanted a player to do it on their own on the court.
I definitely agree with Bobby Knight, and I've always tried to do that with my team.
Shepard with the inbound pass goes off his knee from Kavika Smith. Good idea, but it's a turnover now. Clark Hatch Fitness looking to cut it down to maybe a 2-possession game, down by 7. Gives it to Kato down low, covered by Derek Lowe, who is back in the game. Gives it to Ballard in his zone, in his area, and he makes a little runner. And now it is 90-85, just like that. Getting ready, closer to the 2-minute mark of the second half. 2-possession game, Solar Universe with the lead, but it's a lot closer than it was just a couple of minutes ago. This is kind of like the first game of the day with Walt's strategy partner and Grand Code. Derek Lowe with the ball. Goes left, pulled back, tries up a little runner. It is short. Phil Martin with the rebound over to McGee. 1:45 left in the second half.
Boy, this is a
5-point deficit for Clark Hatch Fitness. They've got the ball and momentum.
This is an important possession.
And he is fouled. Derek Lowe going for the steal, but the timing was off. McGee will go to the free throw line. This will be 2 shots. They are in the double bonus. That is a 10th team foul for Solar Universe. And for the rest of the way, it'll be 2 free throws for Clark Hatch Fitness.
Why would he do that? Why would he do that? There's no need to do that.
The timing was off by Derek Lowe. Thought he had the right angle for a steal, but he was off and hit McGee. McGee's first free throw is off. 5-point deficit. Still a lot of time left now, minute 32. McGee goes up for the second shot. It is in, 90-86. Derek Lowe with the ball, 4-point lead for Solar Universe. Winner goes to the championship next Saturday. Covered by McGee. That is a foul on McGee. And that is his 5th foul. No free throws, though. They still have 2 more fouls to give.
Good foul. Good foul.
Minute 23 left. New shot clock, though. McGee all over Lowe, not letting him get the inbounds, but he does anyway in the backcourt. Lowe taking his time. Clock is in their favor. 20 left in the shot clock. Covered by McGee. Goes in the lane on the left side. Throws up a left-handed shot his way, but he picks up the rebound somehow. Gives it to Matawa over to Wong on the top. We haven't seen a shot from him in a while. Wong gets the ball. He drives in the lane to a cutting Kavika Smith. Beautiful pass by Wong. Beautiful shot by Kavika Smith. That is a big basket. Back to a 2-possession game, 92-86. Solar Universe with a 6-point lead, 50 seconds left. Sykes with the ball for Clark Hatch Fitness. Looks for McGee. He throws up a 3. It is closely guarded by McCullough. Shot is way off. And Wong with the rebound. He takes his time, gives it to Lowe. 36 seconds. They're going to have to foul, and they do. Leon Ballard with the foul. And now the next foul, that was their foul to give. The next foul will put Solar Universe at the free throw line of the bonus at a 1-and-1. And I would expect that to happen within a few seconds. 2-possession game, you got to foul if you don't get the immediate steal. Artie Wilson looking for another ball handler and a free throw shooter. Puts Derby Enos in for Kavika Smith. McCullough inbounding to Wong. He gets the ball, trying to avoid Sykes, and the intentional foul. Sykes does foul, and they don't call it. And now McGee fouls Wong. I think that's it for McGee. Wong will go to the free throw line with a 1-and-1. 29 seconds left. Brian Sykes appeared to put his 2 hands on the back of Wong. The refs didn't call it. That's got to kill you when you really are acknowledging you fouled somebody and the refs don't call it that time. You don't mind getting away with it earlier. And on McGee, how many fouls? That's 5 on McGee. Okay. He has 1 more foul.
Oh, is it 6 or 5?
Wong at the free throw line, 1-and-1. He makes the first. 43 points for Kai Wong. 7-point lead for Solar Universe. 8-point lead for Solar Universe, 94-86. And it's going to be tough for Clark Hatch Fitness. 3-possession game. McGee goes in for the layup, uncontested. Smart move by Solar Universe not to foul. 6-point lead, 20 seconds left. Derek Lowe gets fouled by Phil Martin. He will attempt a 1-and-1 with just 21 seconds left. Derek Lowe with 20 points, 5 assists. And unless there's a miracle about to take place, Solar Universe will be back in the championship game against Grand Co Pacific. And you know what will be interesting about that, Tony? The 2 teams that won their quarterfinal games will be both 2-0 today, where the top 2 seeds have got a bye would have lost. That's a little surprising to say the least.
Interesting, isn't that?
Derek Lowe makes both. And it is an 8-point lead, 19 seconds left. McGee goes up for a 3. It is off. Wong with the rebound. I believe they're going to let him dribble out the clock as we get to 10 seconds left. 22 points for Derek Lowe. He's got the ball. It's like Solar Universe, 2-0 on the day, going up against Grand Co Pacific next Saturday. They are 2-0 on the day. Top 2 seeds do go out at Manoa Rec in the NCAA Summer League. Definitely a surprise or two here that the top seeds do lose. And I think we have to pick a player of the game. It's pretty obvious that Alkai Wong has to be the player of the game with 44 points, 7 rebounds, even had 3 assists involved.
Well, he gets my vote, Gar.
Yeah, he gets all of our votes. What a game by him. Derek Lowe played great as well. Good game by both teams. I give both teams credit who won tonight at the end, the semis, but they had to win 2 games.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been much more difficult. I would have put the odds more against them, and they were. But both teams performed really well in their semifinals. And next Saturday, it'll be a lot easier. They only have to play 1 game. And it should be a great matchup with Grand Coast Pacific against Solar Universe. I'm looking forward to that Saturday at 7.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how much they work on their game so that they can have a good game next week.
And we are going to get the player of the game, first time out of 4 games tonight. Kai Wong will be joining us, and we hear players out. Congratulations on the win. Some players are in the zone. Did you feel like you were in the zone tonight?
Kind of. I'm a fighter, so they want to fight. I'm gonna fight. I ain't gonna back down. I came all the way from Hilo. I've been paying my way every weekend to come out here. I'm gonna make it worth it. So.
What does it feel like when you're going through that groove, especially in the second half, when you're hitting threes well in back of the line, defensive players on you, but you couldn't be stopped?
It felt good. I mean, I wouldn't call it a zone, but I just felt comfortable, I guess.
Now, your team had to play 2 games today, and both teams that played 2 games went 2-0. Were you guys tired at all?
Played possum the first game, so I figured they would look at my first game and think, oh, he's not going to be playing well, whatever. I knew what I was going to come in here and do, so came out here, executed, had fun, and made this trip worth it.
Is that the best game you've ever played offensively?
No, I dropped 72 in a game in Kona, in a championship game on Mother's Day.
Wow. So you said you're paying your way over, and you're going to come back next week. Artie Wilson, your head coach, is pretty wealthy. Really good in real estate. I'll even suggest to him that he pays your way over.
The richer get richer. He ain't going to pay for my flight.
It's not against the rules in the Summer League, only in the NCAA Real League. So you had a great game. What was it like down the stretch? Because this game was close, and the lead was going back and forth. But then you guys got that 8-point lead, the 9-point lead. But then Clark Hatch came back, and you guys.
Coach Saletta will tell you got to keep fighting in that kind of situation. You can't settle down. You got to keep being aggressive, keep fighting, be the aggressor.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a great performance. I think Gary and I both enjoyed it, and I think people watching enjoyed it. And I can't say enough about your performance tonight. Good luck next week.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you, Kai. Great game. Congratulations. That was Kai Wong, player of the game, 44 points. What a performance. Unbelievable 3-point shooting. Great game here. Great games here all day long. We had 4 games here at Manoa Rec. 2 teams that had to win twice did. Grand Coast Pacific held on at the end, winning 102-99.
I was just thrilled at the young man's performance. I think that really shows guys who rise to the occasion. And whenever you're in a situation playing for a tournament or the state or for a national championship, some guys just go out and perform.
When the light's on, they shine.
When the light's on, there they are, boy. And I'll tell you, that's a terrific thing for that young man.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Tony. We still have a week. Who do you think will win next Saturday?
Who's playing?
Granco, Christian, and Jeremy Robinson against Artie's team.
Well, I hate to vote against Artie. I hate to vote against Jeremy, but I think that Artie's team will win.
Okay, well, we're going to wrap it up here. We thank you for joining us here on Olelo TV. We will have the championship game next Saturday at 7 p.m. Hopefully you can make it down or watch us on Channel 54. And we look forward to a great championship game. Have a great evening, everybody. Thanks for watching tonight.
All right, I'll see you all later.